little bit on the people who enchant me. And truth is, I could never see you just as a little friend. Not when your heart reflects a bit of mine. Your name, it echoes in a song. But the boy is not mine to keep. Your heart was never mine to keep. We both had to climb a mountain and slaughter each other on an altar. And I don't know who is left standing, but I know the one who brought us here is still here. I do believe he said, follow me, follow me, follow me, and I will free you, free you, free you, and teach you how to love like I wrote.
You know.
What's up, guys? Hello. We are live. You're good. You're on screen, Travis. Hello. She's like, shh, quiet. We're doing a whisper podcast, guys. Trami, you could speak.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chopsticks Alley Art.
Yo, yo, yo. Hello.
Oh, hello,
Wow.
hello, everyone.
It's happening.
It's happening. So we are live on Chopsticks Alley Talk tonight on Twitch TV, which is like our first time ever. All of our crew, we're here tonight to entertain you. So let me share with you a little bit about Chopsticks Alley. If you don't know already, I think if you're here, you already know about us, but we feature Asian artists and we have art exhibits, performances, cultural events. And now, besides our talk show on Facebook and YouTube and the typical social media channels, we are now on Twitch. So tonight we have a really special lineup for you. We have songs that you were listening to by Esther Young. Wait. And also Dane Amar, all the way from San Diego. And we have our special guest tonight, Wesly Tam, all the way from Colombia.
What? You can hear their voices, and soon you will see their faces. And so make sure you guys give them some love when you see them in the channel. Very excited to be sharing them this evening.
And also, I have to introduce my co-host, Tasi Alabastro.
The hair of secrets, baby.
Yes, so tonight he's going to give us all his hair secrets. So if you're joining us, you're in luck. So without further ado, I think we would like to open the show with the extraordinary, fantastic performer, Dane Amar. And he is a 23-year-old Laotian singer-songwriter from Eastern San Diego. He has cultivated his own sound that is unique mix of pop, R&B, and hip-hop. And did you know he'll be performing later tonight the #3 song on Spotify in Thailand right now? So we are so
Fire.
thrilled about him.
Amazing,
Oh
bro.
my God.
So if you're ready, Dane, unless you want to say anything, we're ready for you.
For sure. What's good? My name is Dane. My name is Dane Amar. I'm about to hop on for y'all. Look. Yeah. All right, this one's called Please Don't. I need you to rock with me for this one. Look, hey, I said now please don't, hey, please don't blow my phone up, baby, please don't, hey, please don't blow my phone up, baby, please don't, hey, please don't blow my phone up, baby. Look, okay, you could call me crazy, baby, you could call me cuckoo, but the way I spit these rhymes, I could lead the new school. Well, the new school. Why? Because these others looking boo-boo, and if you ask me how I'm feeling, then I'll tell you fine. I feel I overlook the world, I'm only 5'9". I'm trying to get a girl, yes, a very fine John, man, I'll show her what this tongue do. Yo, that's fine John. Okay, I'm playing. Unless you serious, I can't mess with no girl that's just a basic chick. So you better be with it, because I'm nothing like your average, I'm nothing like your past is. I'm 22 with a heart full of passion. I got love that's everlasting. I'll do whatever for this dream, I'll make it happen. And you can roll with me like a blow. Please don't blow up my mind. I promise I'm not wasting none of your time. I got my mind on something, yeah, something divine. And I have to just go get my shine. Look, baby, please don't blow my phone up, baby, please don't blow my phone up, baby, please don't blow my phone up, man, I'm gone. Hey, man, I'm gone.
That shit was fire, bro.
Hey, what?
Super good, bro. Super
Thank
good.
you.
Personal concert.
God. Thank you so much. That was Please Don't. My goodness. So I hope that you enjoyed that little tidbit
That was sick.
introduction. Hey, that was pretty good, right?
Super dope, bro.
Thank you, Wavy Lame,
Yeah,
for
Thank you.
yes, and also Dragon Theater. Thank you so much for joining us today. So now, we would like to introduce Esther Young and say a little bit about her, although we may not ask her to sing for you just yet because we have to save, the ladies for much later for when things get a little bit juicier.
Ladies last.
Yes, that's what I always say. Makes sense. Makes sense.
So, to put her best foot forward, Esther Young writes her way through internal struggles and uncertainty. Aren't we experiencing that just a little bit right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she also does journal entries and poetry bits feed the songwriting by way of the guitar and the piano. The Bay Area has been her home, and recently she was featured on Spotify with Content Magazine.
Right. Amazing.
Hey,
Amazing.
Esther. So stick around with us, okay? So now we would like to get into a little bit of serious matter with Wesly Tam. So how I met Wesly Tam was on this Asian Hustle Network, and he's trying to hustle in Colombia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is right. That is right. That is right.
He shares his story with us. Basically, he's a professional pianist, music producer, and a free spirit. Obviously, if he ended up in Colombia, like an
Absolutely.
Asian person in Colombia, or you like the only one there? I don't know.
I'm one of three for sure. Out of a million, I'm one of three.
So let's see. He sold all his things in LA, left his life as a professional musician, and booked a one-way ticket to
Tickets,
Colombia.
I did, yeah.
But would they let you back in right now, anyways? I don't
Uh,
know.
they could, but I have no intention of returning to the States anytime soon.
Wow. Well, you can tell us more about why and all that. Let's see. You are in Medellin, Colombia, learning Spanish,
Medellin,
and
yes.
yeah, and now making YouTube videos talking about your journey being an Asian in a Latin country and showing your progress learning Spanish and producing
Cierto.
all your music and videos, and you'll be releasing your new portable production setup. Wow.
Yes, yeah. So so I still release music through the music that I produce. I have a little production setup, yeah.
So tell us about your journey. How did you decide to become an artist and what happened?
Okay, so just like most Asian people, I'm sure we can all relate. From the age of 5 or 6, we're either taught to play two instruments, either piano or violin, right? It's always like that. So my parents put me in piano, and I like to tell people that they guessed correctly on my talent because I can't draw to save my life. I'm very bad at putting things together, but the one thing that I'm really good at is I just understood really well was music, and I was in lessons for 10 years up until my junior year of high school, and then I stopped for a couple years to take a break because I was just playing classical music and just doing the lessons. And I enjoy making music, but I felt it was really restrictive, and I didn't really get back into it until college when I discovered jazz piano, and that's when I started writing my own music. And then that's when I started playing professionally. I started playing professionally when I was 19, and this is when I realized, like this is what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. This.
And your parents are like, what? You're not gonna be a
Yeah.
lawyer, doctor, engineer? What's going
That's
on?
yeah, exactly. It's funny because I'm like, you spend all this money for us on lessons for us to get really good, but then when we say we want to pursue it as a career, all of a sudden they're like, no, absolutely not, and it doesn't make any sense to me, you know?
No, of course not. You have to. That's a hobby. You're not allowed to turn your hobby
Exactly.
into a real way of living. So then what? Like,
Right.
so when you did that, what happened? Your dad was he like, yes, son, let me support
No,
you?
no. So my dad's been verbally abusive since I was 15 years old, and I had a really the reason why I left and came here is because I found it very hard to talk to my family because I'm sure you guys would agree that in Asian culture, appearances matter a lot, and I was never able to talk about that because my parents would always hush me, or my aunts and my mom would hush me up. And the thing that bothered me the most is that now that I'm here and I've thought about it, I realize it was verbal abuse, but they will never acknowledge that the abuse existed. They would always say, "Oh, you know how he is. Um, you know how he is. That's just kind of his personality." But I'm like, if your daughter was dating a guy who is treating me the same way my dad is treating me, you would say it's verbal abuse. So what's the difference, right? And it took me selling everything and moving out here to really realize, we're in the control of our own lives. We can't control what family we're born into. but we're in control of our own happiness, and it's our responsibility to make it happen.
Are you in touch with your family while you're out
Um,
here?
yes, my sister and I were very close. She's my best friend. I love my mom. She supports me, and she's the best woman I know. But my dad and I, we don't talk anymore, and I don't want a relationship with him anymore.
Mm. Do you see that changing in the future? Maybe.
Um, See, that's an interesting question because I why it was difficult this time is because I went through this process a year ago. I was living on my own because my dad said some shit that made me move out the first time, and we ended on really bad terms. But then I worked throughout the year to meditate and develop and get closer to God, and it led me to forgive him. He had a mini stroke last year, and
Mm.
at that time, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call him, try to see if we can mend this bridge. And I called him, and him and I, we had a nice moment. And he was like, you know, I just don't want to fight anymore. And I'm like, me neither, Dad. So it was good. And then I thought it was better, but then he burned me again, which is why this
Mm.
time it's like, okay, I extended the olive branch. I did all that work to forgive you the first time, and as you know, I now at this point it's like I've forgiven him, but I don't want you in my life anymore. Why am I going to put myself in that situation again? You know?
Yeah. So, what advice do you have for young people or anyone who wants to pursue their dreams in whatever career if their family's not supportive?
Right. I think so. I think about this a lot because I feel like I'm a fairly confident person, and confidence comes from when you put the work in, right? I'm not confident in myself as a person. I'm confident in all of the work that I've put in into all of my crafts when I was in real estate, when I was in music, you know? And I think if you really want to pursue what you want to pursue, whether it be music or my case, I'm doing YouTube now, just make sure you put in the work, know what you sign up for, and have a really good story to tell because um, believe in yourself, and it doesn't matter what everyone else says because I'm not going to let other people dictate how I feel about myself, you know?
Mm, yeah. And so, tell us about Colombia and what
Uh,
that experience is like.
right. So I picked Colombia for two reasons. I've always had a dream to learn Spanish. Ever since I was like 18, 19, I just loved the language. So I was like, you know, I'm going to live in a Spanish speaking country one day. And I was doing my research, and it said that the two best accents for Spanish is Mexican Spanish and Colombian Spanish. So I was looking at Colombia, and how I knew it was a sign from God was I bought the one way ticket from LA to Bogota, Colombia. It was $180. I woke up one morning at 6 in the morning. I got a notification, and I was like, all right, I guess this is it. So I booked it, and that was the start of everything. And then the
Wow.
second reason, the women. I'm not gonna even lie. Like the women here are so beautiful, and it's like
I see
I
Esther. Esther's like, mm.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I personally I date outside my race a lot, and I like white women and Latino women, and Colombia just felt like a really good fit. So I came, and I'm so happy here. The culture is very welcoming and warm. There's some people that are like racist, obviously. I think that's everywhere you go. But for the most part, I think people's mindset shifts when I start speaking Spanish, right? Because I think a lot of people come to this country, they see they think like what they see on TV is how it is, right? A lot of prostitution, a lot of drugs, a lot of other things, but it's not really like that, and the locals don't like that image being spread. So when they see me, obviously I look like a foreigner, but then when I start talking to them in Spanish, they treat me differently because they're like, oh wow, this person is taking the time to learn the language and they respect our culture. So here all the people that I met that have been Colombian, they've been so friendly, so welcoming, so warm, and that's why I don't think I want to go back to the U.S. anytime soon because the culture here
Mm.
is so
So,
great.
I guess you have no regret for purchasing that one way ticket then.
Absolutely. I trusted my gut. I prayed to God, and He gave me a sign. And um, I just haven't looked back since. And I'm so happy I made the decision because now I feel so free, and I finally have peace of mind. You know, and I think that's what's most important. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, how are you earning a living over there?
Right. Yeah. So it's the
I don't
cost of
think
living here
dating
is so.
women, I mean, that would be like a whole different,
I mean,
show.
sugarmommy.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
So fun fact that it's actually the same lingo out here. They call it sugar mommy.
Ah.
But I've been teaching English, and my cost of living Well, when I sold all my things, I had a hefty amount in savings that I was able to transfer over, and the dollar's really strong here. So my monthly expenses for food and for my living expenses is less than $400 a month. So what I've been doing is I've been teaching piano online, and I've been teaching English here, and all that money has been enough for me to pay for everything. So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
It makes me want to go now.
Yeah, I
No?
think you know, in the U.S. we're taught that materialism is kind of the thing, and I've realized that happiness isn't found in material things; it's found in doing
Mm,
something that you love. And retirement to me is not having enough money to not do anything. Retirement is like showing up to work, but you love what you do. So if I
yeah.
can play piano for the rest of my life and get paid to do that, I feel like I'm retired, you know?
Yep.
And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
couldn't agree with you more. That's success, right? And then
Yes.
we have it very differently defined here in America. Do you is it dangerous? Like for me, I'm like Colombia, all the drug lords,
Right,
it must be
right.
so dangerous there.
No, it's not like that anymore. The the shows and everything they portray a certain thing, but the Colombian people are so warm. They're so welcoming. They're friendly. They're really nice people. And something that I've learned is the importance of sharing and donating. Especially during the
Mm,
quarantine, there's a ton of people on the street. And something that I try to do is every time I go out to buy things for the quarantine, I'll buy a couple loaves of bread and I'll hand them out. And that cost me what, like $1.50, but you can feed these guys for 2 or 3 days.
wow.
And in the States, when especially in LA or something, if a homeless person approaches you, your first instinct is to flinch and tell them to F off, right? But here I'm really going out of my way to try to help people because um, this quarantine is making me really think like, damn, it just takes one virus to pretty much shut down the world, and everybody's going through this together. And
Yeah.
I'm in the comfort of my own home with friends and with enough food, but there's tons of people on the street that don't have enough. And I think it should be our duty to help as much as we can because especially right now, like we're all going through this together.
Well, on that perfect, gentle, soft note, we would
Yeah.
like to give the floor or the screen to our wonderful performer, singer, songwriter, Esther Young, who will
Yes,
be
man.
performing two songs for us, and they're called Good Fantasy. That's what West Tan is doing right now, and
Yeah.
also Feeling Soft. So take it away, Esther.
Hi everyone, so this is my song Good Fantasy, and before I start I just want to show you this little friend of mine, a very tightly wrapped band-aid to cover a wound created by an avocado seed and a knife. So I'm still trying my best, so I hope this inspires someone to try their best even in the
Right.
face of potential doom. Okay.
Good fantasy is like this. You are driving to church in a mini SUV, and I am the one looking at you from the passenger seat, proud, cherishing, and lucky. I know that I found someone trustworthy. I want to become trustworthy. Every time we talk, you don't know my eyes tear up when you said, "Am I of any value to you?" I regurgitate this. I was bathing in sins. In the shower, I
entertain myself, but not like that. Just casting us as players in those Bible metaphors. I always play the soil bride, relentless sinner, and you never asked to be the unsuspecting husband of a whore. You don't deserve me. I have failed to pull you far away from me, and time isn't free. But you didn't deserve this, didn't deserve me. You tried so hard and should have gotten so much better than my sorry. Feelings.
Love it, dude. Super good.
Love
Your voice is so great.
it.
Your voice is really, really good.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing.
I
Thank
hope
you
I
for
distracted you from the guitar struggling over here.
sharing.
So the second song, different note, different chapter of my life. I am quite happy right now. I'm with someone who is amazing. But sometimes we fight. Hi, can you hear me now? All right. Did I already introduce this song, or did you not hear that part?
Do it again.
Okay, this song comes from a happier place. The other one, I wasn't feeling so great, obviously, but I am in a relationship with someone right now who is amazing. But sometimes we fight because we're human. And this song is about after we make up and how good that feels. And it's called Feeling Soft. My baby's taking its time, not sure what he's gonna find, but he is breaking the walls of this cardboard box. I know there's something inside. It doesn't glitter, but it feels nice. So I lower my voice, don't run away. That looks like us at our best. We spoke so harsh, but when we're soft like that, one swinging doors form curtains of hope. Open to hearts, revealing trust and love. We swim against the tide. I don't recall me boarding this ride, but I surrendered this for choosing to stay. And I feel big, I feel small, wondering if I will give them my all. With what I've known of love, is this enough? When him and I at our best, lay down our swords and we are kind like that. He touches me and I fall gently. I wanna fill my
trust and
Those chords were sick, dude. That minor flat 5 chord was fire. Good shit.
That was so
Super
good.
good.
Thank you, Esther, for softening us up. You know, like, oh my gosh, I feel all like goosebumpy, and you have such a sweet voice. No wonder you have a good relationship. Just saying.
Get away with it, right, babe?
Yeah.
Well, that was wonderful, Esther Young, everyone. And we're going to be sharing with you all of their links and where to find them on all the social media. Esther is also on Spotify. So now we would like to invite everyone back so we can continue to talk about this journey to becoming an artist. And we want to also hear and include Tasi, because I know his journey has not been an easy one, right? Fluffy hair and all.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain, but worth it.
Nice.
So Dane, tell us about your story.
So I grew up in East Side San Diego, and it's not like the best area. It's pretty affluent. I've been, but you know, it was an area where like it helped me just grow up to be a man, do different things. So I found making music when I was like around 6 years old, just writing poems, and then I just kind of went with it after that and just kept making music. Begged my mom for a microphone, and she got me one, and you know, because it was $100, $100 at that time. That was a lot. My mom was working like 2 jobs, 3 jobs at that time. So asking for $100 was like a lot.
She
So
loves you.
Yeah, man.
thankfully she did, and now we're here. You know, #3 song in Thailand. She's pretty happy.
How about that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Nice.
Is your family musical? Do you guys have a karaoke machine?
We do actually. But my biological father is a singer. He's a Lao singer, and he's like the first singer to bring music videos to Lao. So he's pretty famous and like
Oh, wow.
Wow.
really
Awesome,
cool.
bro.
So my biological dad is an actual singer. He does that full time, and then
Dang.
my grandpa on my mom's side actually wrote my dad's first hit song that like blew him up as an artist. So I got
That
the
is
best.
very cool.
You got
And my
a
mom-
legacy.
Yeah. Is he here in the US or is he in
He went back to Laos recently to take care of my little brother.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's in your blood. So then your family can't be opposed to you becoming a musician, right?
It honestly just got better this year, like this year and last year. Or around like 2015, I was on a Korean TV show called Show Me the Money, and they like flew me out to Korea for it. I met like a lot of stars from it, and like my mom saw it, and she was like, "Oh, like this actually like he actually might be able to do something with this." But it took until that moment, until of her seeing me like work every day inside my room. It took
Right.
until her seeing that other people saw me in a different light.
Right. Oh, bro, the
Yeah.
outside validation, bro. That is such a fact right there, my dude.
Exactly.
God.
So
That's
thankfully
it.
now they're good.
What did you say, Esther?
Mom's approval. That's like 90% of it.
Yeah.
No.
But it shouldn't be like that, because in order to get there, you need family support first.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, in an ideal world, right? But
Yes.
Right.
like
But just to play devil's advocate, I do believe that because we have a chip on our shoulders, it causes us to create more music because we take that trauma or whatever we experience and it makes better music. Because, you know, like I'm speaking to Esther and Alvin, how hard is it to write happy music, right? It's almost impossible.
It's easier for me. It's easier for me. Yeah.
I think different people
Really?
have
Is
different
that right?
process, right? Like, I'm always writing that line of like, does trauma and pain help create better art? And I think it's super hard to say, right? Because if you're still in a good place, your productivity level on certain aspects is different. So you're gonna have something different for sure.
Yeah.
I think you can still produce, it's just different types of music. And because not everyone's life is happy all the time, even if you have support. You're going to still experience, you know, love lost and,
Right.
you know, drama with your friends or whatever. You're still going to have that. But I feel like it gives you a leg up when you start in the world with a good support system.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I would also say this, like, I feel like no matter if you think you're in like a hard situation or not, when you're a writer, you're always looking for the story, right? And with the story, there's just tension. It could be two good things, but either way, you're like balancing priorities, which might be happy things, you know? But I think when you find that source of tension, that can still be sort of like finding a way to write a happy song, but like what's against you still, you know?
Right.
Was your journey easy, Esther?
I feel like honestly, compared to Wes, oh yeah, super easy. I come from a really Christian environment. Grew up, you know, Christian family, Christian school, Christian friends, and I myself was really invested in my faith. Like I loved God, and I loved the idea of God, and I always wanted to be on the right side of eternity. But I would say that like I kind of went with it until like college. I was like really feeling the tension. I wanted to express myself, and I kind of felt like trying to maintain the right form of faith was kind of pushing back on who I wanted to be. And so recently, what's helped a lot is to just release, you know, certain, I guess, doctrines that like make faith more of an umbrella and kind of open it up. And I'm like chatting with like Mormon missionaries. I'm attending classes on Jewish scriptures. I'm like open, you know. I want to talk to people who are certain, because I think that finding the common thread is just helpful.
Yeah, because you work for the Jewish temple, right?
Yeah, I do work at a Jewish community center.
Okay.
God, Esther, pick a religion. Jesus.
I know.
That's
You
awesome.
know, I don't know if this like relates to anyone, but I do know that. Okay, so when we're talking about like parental approval, my parents have ever only seen me in one live theater show, and that particular show was like a Christmas show, and I played like a catfish that played banjo. And
Were you
you know,
12? I mean, how old were you?
this was late 20s, I think. And so yeah, and this was by free coincidence because my family was just visiting. And after the show, you know, you had all the patrons come out, all these old little ladies, and like, oh, great job, young man, great job. And my dad comes up to me after and he goes, I understand now. And that was it. That's all he said. But that like propelled me forward, you know what I mean? And it sometimes sucks that sometimes there's that part of you that feels like there needs to be an approval. And I will say now, though, now that I'm in like past my mid 30s, like I really don't care. I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
Good for you.
Man.
But it really sucks that sometimes it takes age, you know, for that to kind of blossom.
Yeah. The
But, so props to you
insecurity and
guys.
insecurity, uncertainty. You guys, Wes, Esther, and Dane, I'm so like amazed because like I'm older and it took me a long time, like even longer than Tasi. So it's incredible when you have that strength within you to go do it. I'm proud of the second generation. I don't know what generation are you, 1.5 or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's because we have such access to, like, social media has a big part of it, because when we see people doing it, we think we can do it
representation.
ourselves,
That's
right?
definitely right.
Yeah, and my sister was telling me about this girl on YouTube. Her name was Best Dressed. I don't know if you guys follow her, but she's from she lived down the street from where my sister's living now, and she went to USC, and she's my sister's age. So that's inspiring my sister, because my sister is like, wow, that literally, I know her. I could be her, you know? So why can't I do it myself?
Right.
And I think that's encouraging a lot of us to really push and go for it, because, you know, if other people can do it, why can't we, you know?
Yeah.
Back to like when I was like 5 years old, I remember watching Jin on BET 106 in Park on the first Freestyle Friday, and that's when I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a rapper. I was talking to my uncle. I looked at him, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a rapper. And then I think from there I was just like, yeah, this is where I'm going.
Well, we're going to take a moment to do a couple of shout outs. If you guys you recognize your friends, right? Brian Dublin, is that Dane's?
Yeah, Brian, what's up, bro? Brian is a great singer, amazing singer. Oh my gosh.
Yo, fun story. I know him too.
No way.
Tasi knows everyone.
Yeah, we go back.
Tasi knows
for sure.
everyone. And Hikari Wave, hi.
Johnny Akari, he actually just dropped a new single. So good. One of the best engineers, singers, rappers I know. Definitely, like, you have to check it out. It's called Upper Hand.
Oh my gosh, you should post your link there, Hikari Wave.
Johnny, post a link for Upper Hand with great songs.
And then Smita, my favorite friend, she's on. She's a really incredible lady who does healing with past lives. Okay. Yeah,
I really
it's
believe in that stuff too.
yeah,
I think
someone you
that
gotta know.
need to meet up.
Mira.
I know. I wonder what our past lives were, because now we're
Yeah.
like in this weird struggle of, trying to fit in, trying to be American, but we're not, trying to
Right.
be, follow our parents, but then we have this passion. It's like so many things going on, and right, and especially with this shutdown, I feel like even adults who, okay, like we're not adults, but real adults who like have real jobs, 9 to 5, whatever. They are actually texting me, emailing me, going, I don't want to do that anymore. And it took this shutdown for them to shut down long enough and realize this is not where they want to be. And maybe we're going to see a lot of people emerging from this from COVID, to become something else. And maybe we'll have a more incredible world, right?
That's the hope, right? Like, I feel like we can unpack that topic for another hour.
Right. No,
Right?
absolutely.
Like, when people are like, "Oh, I can't wait things go back to normal." Well, what's your definition of normal? 9 to 5, slave away, not really achieve what you're passionate about?
However,
when you can buy toilet paper and no one's hoarding it.
Right.
You don't know the seashells? No.
Okay, well, I want to say, just for playing devil's advocate, I've come to appreciate my parents a lot too, because we're in a much different position. For them, they made the migration over to the United States uncertain of the future, so that's why they value stability so much. And coming from the standpoint of a musician, as someone who has been a professional musician, I understand the amount of work that it took for me to just get there. I had to play for 4 years just to be able to do it for full time. And I can understand Asian parents hearing that. And if you haven't proven yourself yet as a musician, they're like, what are you talking about? Do you know how much we had to fight for you to be here? And to hear that, I can understand why they would feel that way.
Oh, absolutely. Like, as a refugee, you lose everything.
Yes.
Everything. Here we are. All we've lost is, okay, you can't go out unless you're buying food.
Exactly.
Right.
That's it. And we're like freaking out. We can't handle it. Right?
Oh my God, there's almost so much Netflix I can watch right now.
Yes, I can.
Exactly.
Let me out. I want to go to the beach. It's like, that's so crazy. So perspective for sure. Yes, Esther?
Yes. So for me, like, I definitely got the sense that my parents, my mom especially, really values time management. And my mom knows that she's watching right now.
Ooh.
And I think that one reason, or one way that my parents have come to support me, is they do see the creativity and the time management that has allowed me to have the professional job and the writing on the side and the music on the other side. I'm not saying I'm doing it right, but I think that there are some like virtues that are valued that can like facilitate the artistic expression.
Yeah, I think in many ways we're more balanced than those who did not grow up with tiger moms, if you will. Maybe. We've been trained, like we've been
that's so true.
trained.
Now we're growing up with Tiger King. That's what.
Oh, Tiger King. I feel like my mom was on me because like, she definitely should have like pushed me to do harder. I remember because I was about music since I was 12 years old. So I knew like this is exactly what I was gonna do. There's no other path for me. It was either this or I died. So I was grinding super hard. I would ditch school like at 10:30 a.m. So I wouldn't even go to school. I'd go to a grocery store, wait for 3 hours. Then I'd go back home and tell my mom, oh, it was a short day. But it was a short day for 3 weeks straight.
But for our parents or immigrants, they don't know any better. They're like, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey man, wherever you can get your education, right? Don't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Brian Dublin has a comment here. He's agreeing, and we're having a lot during this we're learning a lot during this quarantine that can change how we do things when the country opens back up.
Yeah.
And
speaking of, do we have any questions in chat for any of our amazing talent that we have on board today?
So while we wait for the questions to come in, Smita says we are being guided to be more real. And I think that's true. Like, think of makeup, right? Women go everywhere with makeup, and now we're not wearing makeup. We just show up on Zoom. The house is a mess. The pets are running around. It doesn't matter anymore. We're not judging anymore. Where
Yes.
before, right, you would never show people your house if it's a mess, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel like it's making us reprioritize the things in our life, you know, like because now that we're stuck at home, we can't do anything. We have to battle a lot of mental demons that we have with ourselves, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, it's making us appreciate community a lot more. You know, I think the best thing, like people say that our generation is constantly on their phone, but by this happening, I can't wait to see my friends again, you know. So,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it
Yep.
makes you really appreciate, like, at least for me, I'm appreciating my friends a lot more. I'm valuing the time I spent outside more, and I really just appreciating like community and donating and yeah, just yeah, community.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, artists, we're coming to a close pretty soon here. I'm going to ask you, each of you, to think about how can our audience support you today? So we keep saying support our artists, but what does that really mean? So how about we start with Tasi? How can the audience be supportive of you? I know you have other talk shows and you're also on Twitch. You know, maybe the audience you're having a contest of some kind. People can subscribe or follow or something. Tell us.
Yeah, so real quick, if you guys would like to support me directly as far as my life here on Twitch and as a content creator, you're welcome to come follow me on, I'll put the link in the channel on twitch.tv/creambananas. Right now, I'm doing a push for 150 subs. Once we hit that, we'll do a cooking stream. On deck, we have, oh yeah.
Here we go,
Is it going to
baby.
be like
Let's go.
spam? I mean, what are you going to make?
I'm gonna
Like
put my
open a
hair
can
up
of
so it doesn't-
spam?
Oh. Please wear a hairnet. Please wear a hairnet. I will
Oh,
pay.
it'll
you
happen.
to
It'll
wear a
happen.
hairnet.
Me and the hairnet, come on.
Come on, bro. You're gonna break the internet, boy.
Anyway, so come join me. I'll be streaming next week, Monday through Wednesday, and then Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Other than that, go support these other artists. And if you haven't yet had a chance, hit that follow button here on Chopsticks Alley. You'll be notified the next time we're online, which is going to be next week, Friday. But it's a great way to come support the artist here and also the upcoming artists that we're going to have.
Yeah, we're going to be back on next Friday at 6 p.m. with Top Chef on Bravo. Bravo's Top Chef, Chef Tu, David Fu. So he will be with us. He's going to talk about cooking, of course, but identity. So what about you, Esther? How can the audience be supportive of you?
Well, I am actually going to put an email of mine in the chat. And the reason I'm doing that is because my main way of sharing my music is through a songwriting newsletter. And I just released an album that was like 2 years old, and I have a lot of more recent music I want to share.
Cool.
So if you email this, I will add you to that newsletter. And, oh, typing is hard.
I know, while you're on this, right? So as she types, what about you, Wes?
I think right now Asians are in a really good position because Crazy Rich Asians kind of broke down the door for us. Now's our time to shine, and I think we should really try to support our Asian brothers and sisters as much as we can because now is the time for us to shine. For me personally, you can, if you want to listen to my music has been popping up on weird like Korean and Taiwanese channels because it's mostly instrumental and jazz stuff. But if you want to hear that, if you want to study, you can follow me on Spotify. But really, my main push right now is for YouTube. I'm trying to get to the 1,000 subs, and I feel like that is something that I'm really passionate about, and I have a really good story to tell. So,
Awesome.
What's your YouTube channel?
Where's Wes? Where's Wes?
And Wes is WES. That's it.
WES.
Right?
Yep, that's it.
Are you on like TikTok, like those Chinese like makeup? You know, when they go from like ugly to pretty. And
Right.
like,
Okay. So my friend sent me a couple videos. So I'm on this my music was used in some Korean ASMR video, and it got like 3 million views in a week. So my Spotify has been churning because of that. But it's so random. They're like brushing shoes and shit. It's like with my music in the background, so calm. And
brushing shoes?
yeah, like they're brushing shoes. People like ASMR stuff. I don't understand it, but
It's on Twitch.
you know, like,
it's popular.
hey, yeah, exactly. And the other one was like some Taiwanese YouTuber used one of my jazz tracks in her thing. So I'm like,
Awesome.
man,
We
cool.
love it.
Cool, man. I'm gonna have to hit you up, man, for some
Yeah.
some tracks.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to use music in your videos or anything, like I'll send it. Like go on my SoundCloud, see which one you like, and then I'll DM you the song royalty free. It's all good. Just give me a
Oh
shout out.
wow, wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course, of course.
And of course, last but not least, Dane, how can the audience be supportive of you? I know you have an Amazon where people can go on Amazon to purchase your
Yeah,
song.
so I actually sent it in the chat a little early by accident. So
Yeah, no.
in the chat, Green Tea and Honey, that's my biggest single out right now. It's almost at 440,000 plays, which is
Fire, bro. It's fucking fire.
Wow. Oh my God.
There it is. There it is.
I never broke 180,000 before, so really new thing. Also, if you guys go on my Spotify or just any of my streaming numbers, right now I'm donating half of all my streaming profits to getting more N95 masks to the hospitals. I actually just donated $200
Love
out of my
it.
pocket. I wasn't not looking for anything, but like if you guys do want to help, hop on. There's a thing on Spotify where you can donate half of everything I get. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, going straight to getting more masks so we could make sure the people that are taking care of us are taken care of.
That's
Nice.
so amazing. So before we end the show with Dane performing his top hit called Green Tea and Honey, I want to thank our audience for joining Chopsticks Alley Talk today for our first show. I think we only had one glitch where I muted Esther when she was introducing her song because I'm on Zoom.
We need a new host.
Yeah,
Fire.
like,
We need a new
oh.
host. Grammy, you're done. You're done.
Steve, wrap it up. Wrap it up, Steve.
Wrap it up,
Get
wrap
Trammy
it
out
up.
of here. No, there's no Steve. There's no one in this room right now.
Oh my God. So that was my thing. And so I apologize
good.
for that. But other than that, follow Chopsticks Alley. We have so many channels. Chopsticks Alley or Chopsticks Alley Art. And we're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the whole bit. Okay? So any last word from everyone else? If not, we're going to give it up for Dane.
Yeah, one last thing. Speaking of, since Dan, you're doing some hip hop, guys, if you're around tonight, 9 p.m. PST, I'm going to be running a different show called From Bay Area Theater Cypher. I'll put a link down below. If you like hip hop, you like theater, you like theatrics, come join us. We'll have a bunch of MCs and a grand old time. So can't wait
post it.
to
We'll be there.
you line it up here, Dane.
That sounds. Hopefully, I could hop in. That sounds really dope.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
bye everyone. And let's hit it, Dane.
All right, so this one's called Green Tea and Honey. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. La 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 la. Look. Hey, hey, hey. I said you don't know. Nah. What you do to me when I see that crinkle on your nose. I wonder if you fluently just do you like you do so effortlessly. I want you right next to me. I want you to be my green tea in the morning. Be my sugar honey. You're just so great. I wonder, girl, I wonder why you love me. It's so lovely, can't complain. One day I'll give you my name if you're down. If you're down. Be my green tea in the morning. Be my sugar honey. You're just so great. I wonder, girl, I wonder why you love me. It's so lovely, can't complain. Girl, one day I'll give you my name if you're down. Yeah, yeah, look, hey. I said, now here we go again. Another verse about how you got me feeling it. I'm feeling very many different types of ways. I just gotta say, I just wanna see you every second of every day. If that's okay, then let me know. Yes, I got a flow that can make us go and float. 30,000, we won't ever hit below. You a queen and the world is yours to hold. And baby, I got you. And baby, you got me. Tell me how you feeling, just keep it real, and I promise we'll find peace. Your smile, it got me lost like your eyes. Baby, I just want you, I want you to go in, I want you to be my green tea in the morning, be my sugar honey. You're just so great, I wonder, girl, I wonder why you love me. It's so lovely, can't complain. One day I'll give you my name if you're down. If you're down. Be my green tea in the morning. Be my sugar honey. You're just so great. I wonder, girl, I wonder why you love me. It's so lovely, can't complain. One day I'll give you my name if you're down. if you're down. Yeah. And that's Green Tea and Honey out everywhere now. Make sure you guys stream that. And like I said, I'm giving half of my donations out to the people that are helping us out right now and all the healthcare workers. Yeah, so stream my music, help me get up so we could get up together. Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
I work so hard to make you who you are. The hands that shaped you hung the stars. How I wish you could see who you are to me and all that you could be. I've become my own best friend. It shouldn't hurt when I'm on my own. So I'll write out all my memories. Make sure that someone knows they're real, but they're only real to me. Who else would it be? No one needs to see the way I do. It isn't bread, it isn't wine, it isn't worth the silly cry. Maybe when I'm slain by truth I'm looking for, the blood will pool around my spine and I'll be grateful I survived.